What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Traven, where we talk about everything engineering technology wise. In this video, apparently Microsoft got hacked recently. I feel like this is something big that we have to talk about and just dive right into, because if Microsoft got hacked, it means almost anybody really can. Without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's dive right in.
Roz, what are the problems then with SharePoint? How serious is this?
Well, they're very serious, and we've actually first discovered in May, and they were announced at a cybersecurity conference. Microsoft did a patch earlier in July, and it seems that patch didn't really do what it was supposed to do, and so now they're having to patch it again. But it comes after a series of quite high-profile challenges for Microsoft on the security front. Even a US government report last year said that they had serious flaws that needed addressing. Obviously, Microsoft is taking that all seriously. They're having weekly meetings with the US government about it. But what we know, of course, is this exploiting those vulnerabilities you mentioned in the SharePoint document software. But that gives people, once they're in, and these are multiple hackers, different hackers, not just one group coming in, but once they're in, that gives them access to the entire suite, in a way, of Microsoft. So you use that because SharePoint is in so many different parts of Microsoft. So you've got Outlook, you've got Teams, it's all in there. So possibly opens up the entire world to these hackers who are coming in and taking information.
Not just one group of hackers, but multiple hackers. What do we know about who they've been targeting and what potentially has been stolen?
Well, targeting quite an array, and globally so. We don't know specific names of companies, but we do know that there are companies around the world, possibly a public university in Southeast Asia, a telecom in Southeast Asia, companies in Europe, companies in the US, but also institutions, universities in Europe and the US, and possibly up to about 10,000 companies, institutions might be vulnerable because they don't host on the Microsoft network itself. They're on their own servers. And they're very vulnerable as a result. And what we know is they're stealing passwords, usernames, hashtags, tokens. And what you do with that is you have all the information you need, essentially, at that point, to take that and either hold it for ransomware or do something else with it. And so possibly quite a lot of companies globally, including in the US, have been hit by this. Again, those are hosting on their own servers are most vulnerable. We don't know the specific names, but it's certainly global in nature.
Yeah, that seems like it's very unfortunate thing going on right now. At first, when I heard about this, somebody was like, "Oh, a single individual did this," and then I don't recall hearing anything in May about them doing this so-called patch and having these vulnerabilities. But this just shows how important security has become, especially with the rise of AI and using AI. You don't think hackers are finding ways to use artificial intelligence to hack other stuff? There needs to be more different encryption ways that are serious, especially for how big Microsoft is. This is actually a really big deal about personal theft, and like as you said, with stuff all around the world, healthcare industry stuff, businesses, companies, like personal people who use this, they're all being impacted, and apparently a lot more people are jumping into this because once it's like opening the floodgates, once when there's one little crack in it and there's one person that's doing this, many more are gonna follow, and all the floodgates are just gonna open up fully, and it's gonna be insane. It's just that's how more people get involved in stuff like this. They probably go out and tell other people. Who knows how it works fully? But I just seen a video that I'm actually gonna cover probably right after this one about the whole about Sam Altman and him talking about the dangers of AI and it leading to fraud and everything in certain aspects. And we already know that it can lead to fraud as far as imitating people, and people using AI against other people. But there's going to be other ways that I'm going to dive into in that video. But yeah, I'm really curious for more really information in regards to this. How is it going to be solved? What is Microsoft really going to do? I haven't seen any full statements from Microsoft besides, hey, they're putting in another patch. Hey, they're just going to put in another patch. If that's all they're going to just do, these patches, what is their security team going? And I'm really curious, like, do they not, like, for them to work on something like this, right? To make their system more secure, do they not have a team that constantly sits there and like, all right, this is good. how can we make it better after that point? Like, how can we, especially when you have all this information in your databases, right? How can I sit here and make it better? Right? Oh, okay. This is how we can make the system better. Oh, this is how we can keep upgrading it. Rather than, hey, we have a vulnerability. Somebody just hacked us. Let's patch it. Oh, somebody hacked us again. Let's patch it. I feel like that doesn't really work as a whole kind of workflow, in a sense where you have to continuously be thinking about how can we get rid of these vulnerabilities, especially as technology grows and advances, because technology grows extremely fast, believe it or not, extremely fast. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's just the way of the land. That's just how things go. And yeah, I there's not really much more that I can say. On top of that, besides, yeah, it's unfortunate that things like this happens. That it sucks. If anybody has any more information that they would like to give in regards to what's going on, I'm happy to hear it in the comments down below. Like, you guys have no idea. As we said, we want to be more informed, and if you guys are commenting it, it just makes it way easier for me to pick up on different stuff going on and being able to speak to you guys in the comments down below. So don't forget to do that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. I really appreciate everybody who does that too. We're growing. We're almost at 500 subscribers, and then we're going to keep going up from there, and just keep on growing, because I love doing this. I love covering anything technology really related, engineering related, going as time goes on. And we're going to be talking about AI and a lot of other stuff, because that's literally the future that we're going into. So stick with me on this journey, guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you once again. If you want to send me any recommendations, send me an email at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Also, will be in the description down below with all my other links. Without further ado, peace, and see y'all next time.